to the Miracles and Millions show. This is your go-to show for living a life of miracles, where we're taking the limits off what you believe is possible. It's time to play big, be bold, and shine bright. I'm your host, Michelle Humphrey. Hello, and welcome to the Miracles and Millions show. This is your host, Michelle Humphrey, and I'm truly honored to be with you in this very special moment in time. I'm going to speak to you today about two key things that are going to absolutely help to open up your mind, to help you to experience more miracles and more millions in your life. Some of you, you're definitely not crossed that line of making a million in your life. So let's definitely open you up to two key things that are so important to expand you into creating more of a life and a lifestyle that you really, truly desire in your heart. And I'm here to tell you, you deserve. So what's the first one? We've got to talk about what non-resistance is. And your brain might be going like, yeah, what even is that? What is non-resistance? Well, let's talk about what resistance is. Here we are in this moment in time where social distancing is something that right now we all must practice, right? There's so much going on in our world with this coronavirus and, just for health reasons, people have been recommended to stay in their homes. And even if you're outside, to stay 6 or more feet away from people who are around you. And what is that doing to our society? What is that doing to our mindsets? What is that doing to our businesses and families? And how is this affecting your life? And so this topic of non-resistance is helping you to find ways to be in the moment with what is happening, to be at peace, to find the beauty, to find what is actually good about this. Simply because in this moment in time, we don't have a choice, right? There's got to be ways that you can move through this with more ease and more joy than you ever thought possible. So I'm going to go through and give you multiple examples of what resistance looks like and what non-resistance looks like. So on the resistance side, even myself, when I first found out about it, I had resistance. I started to go down this path of getting really frustrated and really annoyed. And oh my gosh, the stories of how this was going to affect my life and my business. And we have a 9-year-old, my husband and I. And, when I found out he wasn't going back to school for a month, and currently it's on the books that April 13th is the current time for him to go back. But I'm also hearing how schools have gotten canceled for the rest of the semester. And what is that going to mean? And how are we going to get any work done? And, I can't stay in the house for that long. Those are all forms of resistance. And as I've spoken to clients, it's this, people feel like that they don't have the freedom to live their life and live a life to do what it is that they want to do. And the rippling effects, and it's been canceling various different events. And I have multiple people, including my husband, that was going to be putting on an event, and that's having to get canceled, and who's, losing money with the hotels because the hotels aren't being refunded, and we have vacation rentals, and how many people are canceling their vacation, and what does that look like with rebooking and refunds and all this stuff, and your mind can go crazy. And every time that you go into an emotion that does not feel good, I'm here to tell you that's resistance. So a fear, a doubt, a worry, a guilt, an anxiety, an overwhelm. You're doing something inside of you, and black and white, that's resistance to what is. And I can almost hear some of you saying, Michelle, how do I not resist this? I got so much that I'm dealing with. I don't know what this is going to mean for my future. I don't know how I'm going to manage everything that's on my plate. And this is going to have, for some of us, financial impact. Some of it's going to be really positive. Some of it's going to be really negative. What about my health? What about my family? Right? Like, I get it. I absolutely get it. And I'm here to say, every story, every thought that you have running through your mind, we've got to really start identifying this as, is this a thought where I'm resisting what is? And again, if it doesn't feel good, you're resisting what is. And What does non-resistance look like? I'm not here to say you're a doormat and you're going to just get kind of walked all over. That is so absolutely what non-resistance is. Non-resistance is finding a way to be present to what is, to welcome what is, to look for the benefits, to look for how it's actually serving you, to look for how this could be a miracle in your life. And what is a miracle? There's shifts of perception, and I'm here to help you to shift your perception so that you can move through this whole social distancing, this moment in time in history, to where you can move through it with more ease and more grace than you ever thought possible. And what's the advantage of doing that? Why even consider doing this? It's everything. And I'm here to make this so clear. The way that you handle this experience is absolutely going to determine what your future looks like and how quickly you step into the future that you really do want. The people who are going into resistance, and again, the fears, the doubts, the worries, the guilt, the anxieties, or they're just wanting to ignore it or fight it or resist it in some way, it's going to be so much harder for them to get on track. This is a moment in time. This whole coronavirus is a temporary experience in our society. I mean, is it temporary for a couple weeks or a couple months, or we don't know that exact answer, but what you are doing today is definitely creating the patterns and the way that you're going to come out of this experience. So you can come out just by surviving it and getting through. But I'm going to encourage you that you can not just survive it, but you can thrive. You can be better than ever. So what does non-resistance look like? Non-resistance are the feel-good energies, the feel-good emotions. You want to start coming up into love and joy and peace and happiness and health and abundance and wealth and being prosperous and feeling grateful and feeling more alive than ever. So we got to find ways to do that. What does that look like? How do you shift into those feel-good energies? Well, one of the first things that I started looking at was my son, as an example. My little 9-year-old is home with me for at least a month, and we're not setting up play dates and even ways for him to really get out of the house much, right? And what is that going to mean? Well, you know what? I had to immediately go into not resisting this, but finding ways to make it fun. Fun for him, fun for the whole family, right? And one of the things that we did is we got Apple TV, and we are doing workouts together. There are family games that are on Apple TV. There's a little bit of a structure to our days where we get up still at a certain time because we don't want to fall into the habit of staying up until, midnight or beyond, right? And starting getting up really late, because when this whole thing is over, we want to have him on a normal schedule where he used to get up every day at 6:45. Right? We're letting him sleep until about 7:15 or so now, but just to get on and keep your normal schedule and find ways that it could be fun. I've really taken time to get so grateful that we're so healthy, that we are together as a family, and not just say it, but I want you to close your eyes and feel right now what you can really be grateful for. Take a moment, tune in, breathe into what can you be really grateful for? Is it for your health? Is it for your family, for the closeness of your kids, right? You've got to set up your home environment in a way that feels good. I've created little Post-it notes and I put it around the house that it says, this is heaven on earth, right? That we are laughing more than ever. We are hugging more than ever, right? I've programmed our little Alexa things to say happy day. And there's the whole thing of saying happy day. And the best way to start our day is with hugs and kisses and just connecting with God and meditating and focusing on and doing the things that we can do to make it a great day, right? These are non-resistance. It's finding the love. It's finding the joy. It's finding ways that you're going to create more wealth during this time. I'll give you this fact. This has been proven in history. There are more millionaires made in times of what's called recession. Not saying that we're in a recession, but times of pessimism and fears in the culture. And guys, we're in that for sure. And it's the people who take the time. It's like, what is that idea that's going to help more people? What is that What can I do? How can I show up? Allow ideas to be born from you that can really create large amounts of wealth. So close your eyes and do this daily. Whereas what am I being led to? What am I being guided to? What is my part that can really help more people to move through this moment in time with more ease, to create more abundance for myself and for my family? Tune in, ask yourself great questions. The quality of the question determines the quality of the answer. Resistance is, gosh, what's so wrong with this experience, right? Who's to blame? Oh my goodness. You start going down questions that are just going to create and purposely trigger you to feel bad. You're going to get yourself so riled up and so uptight and so in a poor state that you're not going to create anything great. You've got to deliberately practice non-resistance. It is what it is at this point in the game. It's okay. Find the beauty. As I've meditated each day, I got to tell you, I keep tapping into there's more of a stillness in the society. There's more of a calmness. And at first, I will say, it generated some feelings of feeling sad. Like, oh my goodness, right? Me, my love language is quality time, and I'm all about hugs and connecting and physical touch and being in someone's physical presence. And it's just like, okay, you know what? We got to move beyond that. And I want you to just literally get out of your head, and I want you to go up, whether that's 2 feet or 20 feet or a couple 100 feet or 2 miles, right? It doesn't matter. And just feel, sense, notice in some way the quietness. There's beauty in the quietness, in the stillness. Be still and know that I am God. It's one of the most famous quotes in the Bible. And it's in stillness that you can hear that small, still voice that will lead you, that will guide you, that will open you up, that will protect you. And this is a beautiful time to open up, to be led, to be guided, to be shown what you are being led, guided, shown to do, to help the society, to help the community, to at least help your family, or maybe just one other person to move through this experience with more ease, more joy than ever before. So non-resistance. Again, it's as simple as shifting your perceptions to find the beauty, to find how this can be a benefit, to open you up to what you can do, how you can be, to be a blessing for someone else. There you go. And I want you to breathe into seeing that you're helping just at least one person to shift their mindset, to shift their energy. Because I'm here to say it's not what happens in the outer world. It's what's happening inside of you. The same event is going to create very different experiences for different people. And I'm here to help you to be one of the ones that sail through this with more, again, ease, grace, wealth, peace, abundance, prosperity, joy than you thought possible. And the second thing that I want to talk to you today about is the expectancy. What is it that you are expecting? If you're expecting this experience to be hard or difficult or overwhelming or stressful, I can guarantee you it will be. But you've got to choose to expect it to be a blessing in your life, to be an experience that's helping you to become a better person, that's helping you to be more present to what's really inside of you, to heal what's showing up inside of you, so you can really step into the life and the lifestyle that you so deserve. If anxiety or fears or doubts or worries or guilt has shown up for you, I want you to tune into that. I want you to find the sensations in your body, and I want you to love it. Bathe it in light, bathe it in love, and stay with it until it fades, it shrinks, it dissipates, it dissolves, so you can get present, so you can practice non-resistance. And when you have that clean slate, if you will, now you must put in a positive expectancy. One idea can change the quality of your life for the better. One idea that you can get that can open you up to make more money than you ever thought possible. And it just takes that quiet space to open up, to experience the life that's really deep inside of you. I was speaking to someone just the other day, and his resistance felt like he was losing his freedom. But when we moved through it, we found the lack of freedom in his body, and we loved it, and we bathed it in light, and that literally disappeared for him. And what happened? Realized no one can take away your freedom. Freedom's inside of all of us. We are free to be who we want to be. We're free to think the thoughts that we want to think. Allow yourself to choose what it is that you're focusing on. So with positive expectancy, because know this, what you expect, you find, you realize in your life. And it just takes you using your imagination, and imagination is so much more powerful than knowledge. Albert Einstein taught us that imagination was more powerful than knowledge. I want you to play a little game here with me. I want you to bring up your mind as an example. Maybe it's 90 days or 120 days or whatever time frame you feel comfortable with. And this whole social distancing and coronavirus is over. It's a thing of the past. And I want you to see that you've come out of it better than ever. And here's why, because you expected to. You expected to. You've used your imagination in a powerful way. The thoughts that you have running through your mind, the thoughts create the emotions, and the emotions create the energy that affects your body, that affects everything, that literally works in conjunction with the law of the planet. Here's how you know you can absolutely come through this whole experience better than ever. It's law. It is absolutely law. If you are running through your mind that you are happier, that you are healthier, that you are wealthier, that you soared through this experience, you came out thriving, and that's what you run through your mind. And you got to be conscious to do this, because you can't run the positive through your mind and seeing yourself coming out of this thriving better than ever. And that's only part of the day, and the other half, or maybe even for some of you, the majority of the time, you're running negative things through your mind. No, you've got to tip the scales. You've got to be so deliberate in what you're focusing on. I often tell my clients to tell yourself that there's no benefit in doing the emotions that don't feel good, the fears, the doubts, the worries, the guilt, the anxieties, to stop it, to literally, no, that's not who I am. I am putting my attention on where I'm going, the positive expectation, right? Because as you do that, what happens is you're training not just your conscious mind, but as you stay with it, especially for 17, 18 seconds or longer, and this has been proven, you start emanating out positive signals to the universe, right? The universe starts picking up like, oh, wait a second. Here's one that we can bless. Here's one that we can align to bring the goodness into their lives. You are literally emanating out the positive, if you will, airwaves that get picked up. And even though it's invisible, like a radio signal works, you're doing the same thing, and you're imprinting onto source energy what it is that you really want. So do it with me. It's easiest to close your eyes, just to breathe in a deep inhalation and slowly exhale. Again, get out of your head, go up however far you're guided to where you sense the energy is a little bit calmer, quieter, and see yourself, literally imprint, seeing yourself thriving, smiling, being better than ever, being happier, healthier, wealthier, loving who you are. Hear yourself say, you're so grateful, you're so appreciative of the way that you handled this, the way that you showed up. Feel, breathe into that you're appreciating who you are, that you value you, that you can honestly trust you, that you're safe, that you did what you were guided to do to take care of yourself, to build your immune system, to take better care of yourself. And if that's not you, and you don't feel like that's who you really are yet, reach out. Myself, I have coaches on my team, on my staff, michellehumphrey.com/call. I'll take as many free calls as we possibly can to support and help more people. Allow that. Allow yourself to see that you're coming out of this victorious, better than ever, that you've trained yourself to be someone who looks for what's working, to have positive expectation. So again, 2 key things that I want to touch on is practicing non-resistance, which is finding a way to welcome what is showing up. I've said this before, but it's worth saying it again, and you know this. Whatever you resist will persist. Whatever you embrace, you'll erase. You've got to find ways to embrace this, to find the non-resistance, to find the feel-good energies. Again, what are the feel-good energies? Love and joy and peace and light and happiness and health and abundance and riches and prosperity. All the feel-good energies. Taking little moments to find that and having positive expectations. Go back and listen to some of these shows, different techniques and tools that I give you to shift your energy, to live into positive expectations, imprinting into the universe, into source energy, what it is that you really desire, and expecting and tuning into that. Again, you're going to realize this was a defining moment in your life. These world events that affect all of us in some way, you always seem to remember where you are and what was going on in your life. And I'm here to say you're in choice. So choose to open up to non-resistance. Choose to be a person who has positive expectancy, and you're looking, deliberately looking, and finding more miracles and how you can make more millions. I'm so here for you. If you'd like additional support, you can reach out to myself and my team of coaches at michellehumphrey.com/call. We look forward to contributing to you, supporting you, and helping you to create a life of more miracles and millions. God bless. Take care. We'll talk soon. Be a part of the conversation on Facebook and become a Miracles and Millions manifester at michellehumphrey.com/connect. Let's play together, because living miracle-minded is the gift you give yourself that has a massive impact on others and paves the way to make you millions. Your time is now.